Hello, second graders. I know you can't see me right now, but we are going to take a look today at a new text feature. And that new text feature is called Bold Words. I'm going to make my notebook bigger for you for a minute. So I just have a regular notebook here. And I'm going to use this notebook to show my thinking and to show the way that readers think when they come across a bold word in a book that they're reading. So, in case you don't know already, a bold word is a word that's darker than the other words on the page. You will also, you'll often see it look something like this. The only thing that's different, it's the same font, usually the same font. It's just a little bit darker, and we'll take a look at that in a minute here. It's called bold, and that just means that the author made that word look darker than the other words on the page. When readers get to a bold word, they always stop and they think, what might it mean? So you might not know yet, but as you're reading, the author's telling you this is an important word for this topic. So stop and think, what might this word mean? So I'm actually even going to draw a little stop sign right in the middle here. When you see a bold word, stop and then think, what might this word mean? So I'm going to keep track of the bold words that are in this book. And when I get to a bold word, I'm going to stop, write it down, and I'm going to think, what might it mean? All right, so we're familiar with this book. It's called Snow, of course. We've seen the table of contents. That's that text feature that lets us know what all the subtopics are going to be about throughout the whole book. Let's go ahead and start reading again, and I'm going to keep my eyes out for bold words. So here we go. The snow is ice that falls from clouds. Snow falls when the air is very cold. So here, this word clouds is a bold word. You can see that it's darker than the other words that are on the page. I'm going to write the word clouds in here. Okay, so I wrote down the bold word, and now I'm just going to think, like, what might it mean? Are there any clues in this sentence? Snow is ice that falls from clouds. Snow falls when the air is very cold. I'm not seeing a ton of clues here, but I do have some schema from my brain. Like, I've seen clouds before. So I'm going to write down what I know from my own experience a cloud is. So I'm going to say something like big puffs of water in the sky. So I don't really know exactly, like I definitely know what a cloud looks like, but I'm not exactly sure what it means. So I'm just going to write down, like, what do I think it might mean? I'm not really positive, but for now, I'm just stopping and I'm thinking, what might it mean? Okay, let me keep reading here. Snowflakes from high inside a cloud. Oops, let me move this for you. There we go. Snowflakes form high inside a cloud. They start as tiny ice crystals. Okay, so once again, I see a bold word and it says crystals. So I'm going to leave actually a space there and I'm going to say crystals. So again, I'm going to stop and I'm going to think, what might it mean? They start as tiny ice crystals. So I'm thinking, like, I know a crystal could be like a fancy dishes, but I don't think snowflakes start as a fancy dish. But I also know crystals could be like different shapes, like kind of like a crystally shape. So maybe it's like ice in a certain shape. Crystals, maybe it's a shape. I don't know for sure. So now I'm going to just go ahead and keep reading as I'm thinking about what all of these different bold words mean. Do you get the idea? So when we're reading, we're stopping and then we're thinking, what might this word mean? And we're jotting it down. Okay, Tomorrow, we'll talk about using a glossary to actually look up the word and figure out its meaning. But for today, we're stopping at a bold word and thinking already to ourselves, what might this word mean? All right, readers, every time you see a bold word, always be sure that you stop, think, what might this mean? And then keep reading. Always remember, readers are leaders. Have fun with your books.